Holy crap.
And hello, everybody. Welcome once again to the Devil's Hour. My name is Geoff with the G, and for the next, hour or so, we'll be showcasing the weird, the wild, and the wonderful, all for you, all from the internet. How's everybody doing? You doing okay? I'm just okay today. So with the Supreme Court decisions that happened this past week, yeah, it's hard, and it's hard for a couple of different things. So I didn't formalize a formal news thing because it'd just be showing dumb pictures, which is fine. But I figured we'd just like real talk. Fuck, it sucks. I mean, just the idea of we'll start with the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Um, Horrible. And those people who are like conservatives going, "Oh yeah, it's great." Da, da. You don't understand what this means for you. Pardon. Even as a conservative, you're kind of fucked in not a good way because a lot of laws based around patient privacy, citizen privacy, they kind of formed by using that Roe v. Wade template. Man, what's going on today? I think allergies. So very, very possible those kind of dominoes start to fall, which isn't good. So there's that. Um, I am just grateful that I ended up moving to a state and a city that encourages and supports body autonomy and reproductive rights. In fact, the governor of New York even went so far as to pass a lot of laws right before all this stuff came down, because I mean we knew. So she did things to further protect Hochul, our Governor Hochul, further protect individuals when it comes to needing to getting services done to them. But and so that does things like ranging anywhere from helping with like low income, like people with low income to get the services they need. Also helps people protect them in case bounty hunters, as it were, is what they call, because like those people who now have to travel across state lines to get services. They pass more things to help protect you. Like if you don't live in New York, for example, you are still protected to get what you need done, and New York's willing to fight for that, which I think is amazing. New York's a pretty hip place. I'm just saying. See some sights, do some shows, get a little thing done, and just do what you need. Yeah, if you want, reach out to me. I can help you out with that. You know, at least point you in directions of some of the sights to see. Uh, yeah. So that's I mean that's just horrible. It's as time is progressing, we're getting this greater and greater divide in the country, and a lot of it stems from illiterate. I mean, for lack of a better term, it stems from illiteracy. It stems from philosophical and religious illiteracy, but people like to think they know what they're talking about. Um, and so that's where it gets problematic. And when we like people who talk about our history as far as stuff like that, I go, well, I studied our history too, and what they're telling me what the history is also wrong. Because up until the 70s, most religious organizations were okay with, a little bit better with about female autonomy to an extent. Um, whole idea of abortion wasn't even in the mix for that sort of stuff. So I don't know. And then with the rise the televangelists and evangelisms and stuff like that, like a lot of stuff changed, and like prosperity clerics and whatnot, that all kind of shifted around. And this idea of also deifying basically the country, or like the ideal of the country. So like the idea of the American dream that become deified, and then they wrap that up into really a horribly, like a shitty burrito. They wrapped up the American dream ideology in with a Christian ideology to kind of mix together, which is how prosperity clerics work. If you do good, give money to Jesus, good stuff will happen to you. That's the idea. It's bullshit, but whatever. But the other problem is the fact is, like, these sort of people who get into that, they don't really read what they're buying, for lack of a better term. Um, they're being told, they're being cherry picked on the stuff that, one, benefits the people up top, the clergy, as it were, um, the Joel Osteens of the world, and the like, and Creflo Dollar, which I think is hysterical. There's a fucking evangelist by the name of Creflo Dollar. Uh, all their stuff they're saying is to benefit them first, but they're masking it by saying, "If you help me, I'll help you," sort of idea, or rather, if you help Jesus, me, I'll help you. And so that's where it gets problematic. And then after a while, we're like 40, 50 years in of this stuff really kind of come into play. And so it just kind of seeped into stuff like that, especially in the South. And so it's really easy when you see people, especially the five justices that voted for the overturning. Uh, one of them was strictly like Roberts was everything because he's very conservative. He's always made sure the point to say everything is to the letter of the law, and that's why he voted to overturn it, because the letter of the law, when it comes to constitutionality as it stands now, he had to, because it's the letter of the law. It also happened to be effective as a thing he followed, but he's also ruled on cases against his own personal beliefs because of the letter of the law. So I may not like it, but I understand where he's coming from, so I get that. Others, two of which lied and said what they were going to say, they like that. Other two, another one, we were kind of figuring she was going to do it, even though she like the least qualified legal mind on the entire dais, that building, etc., etc. We already knew where she was going to go, and then you got a lying asshole whose wife is tied to the insurrection event attempt. So yeah, it's a trying time. It's horrible. It sucks. And here's the other crazy thing is, like, there's some other things that got voted on that kind of got slipped under the door because we were paying attention to that. That you got to pay attention to, and like somebody like me, I pay attention to this sort of stuff beyond that, because these, once again, with this rise of evangelism, they're really trying to strip away the idea of church and state, and they're trying to mask it. They're trying to mask their ability to do that by saying it's religious, like using the term religious freedom, and by not allowing people, basically by saying, if you don't allow me to do stuff, you're trying to persecute me. And so that's what's changing. Like, for example, they overturned a lower court item that included the fact is that you can now, a high school coach can now lead a prayer on a public school stadium floor during a game. For a long time, he couldn't do that because public school is a state. It's the state. So, church and state, how it keeps it separated. It's one thing for them to quietly do off to the side, but actually lead this sort of thing. And that's where the issue comes into play. For a long time, you couldn't do that. As a kid who grew up in small town Texas, a lot of times prayers still happened, but they weren't led by the teachers. They were led by the people who were hired to work the stadium and stuff like that. So I think there was like a really weird kind of skirting the law. It wasn't exactly kosher, but basically they could argue that, well, it wasn't the teacher, it wasn't stuff, it was somebody hired to do that stuff. Anyway, now they're stating that a public school teacher, principal, whatever, can now do this in the name of quote unquote religious freedom. Yeah, that's Roe v. Wade, horrible. That's one cog in this sort of stuff. The other thing, that's another cog, because the idea is the problem that comes out of all this sort of effect is the idea of this deification and like that. We're just getting this crazy kind of there's a real legit. This is a real possibility that we might have a true civil war here in the United States, and it's once again over an ideology. And that ideology is what exactly is what is America? What is the United States? The goal of the United States is always being this bastion of freedom where people could practice and do what they wish without the fear of the government, impeding on that. And the way to do that is by treating everybody equal for that. And there are some people out there who feel that by allowing somebody else to have theirs means they can't. Allowing somebody else to do what they want means they can't do their own stuff, and that's not cool either. Which we were going down, it's not. Or for a long time, where we were technically quote unquote the free and stuff like that, but the quiet background is that people are being strong armed to still follow this one rhetoric. And now we're getting to a point in time with the advance of the internet and stuff like that, where people are going, "Hey, I don't want to follow that rhetoric anymore. I want to find more on my rhetoric." And I should be able to, because these papers that were signed over 200 years ago. And then people yell at you because you're going, "How you're impeding my freedom because you want to do your thing." It's kind of the idea. So there's a real possibility it is. Once again, I am grateful where I'm living, because somebody like myself, well, at a glance, doesn't seem like I'd be cool and groovy. I would not. Being a bisexual male, I mean, sexual issues there could be a problem, especially if I decide to, because I like dating whoever I want to date. And then myself have a problem, and whomever I might date would be an issue as well. Two, is I'm an atheist. Texas, for example, I could not run for public office because I'm an atheist. True statement. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, I've been talking to Grandma about this, but it just fucking sucks, man. So, we do a little palate cleanser, huh?
Hey, never been so happy to see home rings.
That you are.
This is God's country. Thank you, Jesus. I have learned about stuff, and I have seen so much stuff that I have never seen before, nor ever wanted to see. She's not a Christian! Yeah! I'm a God warrior! Yeah! He is dark-sided too! Yeah! I'm a God warrior! Gargoyle! Slide-itch! Everything's ungodly! Get out! I won't be crew members even! I want nothing! I want my God and I want my family! This is tainted! I don't want it! Whatever it is, it's tainted! Whatever it is,
yeah, I'm pretty much of the opinion that that's who we're fighting against. So yeah. Anyway, we got a great show today. We've got Kallias, got Monoxide, we got the Rolling Quartz, and all sorts of other fun shenanigans. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. How's everybody doing? We doing okay? Good. I'm glad. Let's talk about our first guest. All right. So our first guest is a New Jersey prog metal quartet, Kallias, which is comprised of players who are actually really good and masters of their craft. From the masterful 8-string guitar work, that's right, they get dual guitars with 8 strings each, the precise percussion, and to the beautifully woven bass lines. Kallias craft their music to make sure each instrument adds, but never overpowers, the overall musical sound. I had a chance to see them on this show, which I'm still hyping every week. They don't pay me. I just like the show a lot that I want to type it out on a show called No Cover, which you can see on the YouTubes. It's a lot of fun. So I really enjoyed seeing them, so I wanted to hype them. And so you can hear all these really great sounds, especially on their latest single, which is called Supermassive. And it is super massive. So here we go. Kallias, everybody. Supermassive.
You just... Oh, hey, man. How the fuck were those, tacos last night?
Actually, you know what? The tacos were pretty good, but, you know, they weren't hot enough.
Ah, fuck.
Weren't hot enough? Oh, you need green bastard hot sauce for your tacos and all your food. Oh, yeah.
You've got your own fucking hot sauce?
Bob's, who's Bob's? Green bastard parts unknown.
It's nice, Bubs.
Give it a try, Ricky.
Holy fuck, man, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
You should be selling this shit. We should do a commercial for this. Not for tacos.
Holy fuck, Ricky.
We are doing a commercial for this,
It's fucking good.
Green bastard hot sauce. It'll fucking crank you one. Oh, yeah.
Kallias, everybody. Wasn't that a lot of fun? I really enjoyed that a lot. They're really, really good. So definitely check them out. Pick up that single. Keep an eye on their stuff. They're working on a new album, so it should be dropping sometime in the next year or so. So they're in town. Check them out. Anyways, so you guys know, like, showcasing the weird, the wild, and the wonderful. That includes short films. So my love is the 48-hour film festival. So let me showcase something from there. So here you go. And this one, I believe, is from overseas. Ooh.
You're your mother's daughter, all right?
She always said how the forest was her first love, and how she wished she could marry the forest and have a simpler life.
Our Lady Rose was a proper lady. We all miss her so much. But I don't think she loved anything more than you. Begging your pardon.
Oh, I must get on. Lord Kiltree has invited me to the opera tonight. Uncle Archibald's doing, I dare say. So, good day, Mr. Forrest.
Of course, the business you want to invest in these days is synthetics. So much better than man-made materials. It's cleaner, more reliable. A smart man could corner the market now.
Oh, really?
Yes, a smart man would build factories now and make a fortune. And a smart man like me, who's making a fortune, well, he's going to want... Close your eyes. Open. Lucky you.
Oh, Mother. Bluebells are so very lovely this season. How I do wish you were here to see them. And the oaks in the wood are having a wonderful year. Lord Kiltree has asked me to marry him. I think it was a great Uncle Archibald's idea. He says I should be very glad for the offer, what with the state of our affairs. He says it's the only way I can continue on at Marchfield. I do so want to stay. It's where I feel closest to you, of course. Well, apart from when I'm here with the actual dead you. Oh, Mother. You would be proud of me, wouldn't you? It is what you would want me to do? To marry Lord Kiltree, to be able to save our beloved Marchfield? Do you have a favourite flower, Lord Kiltree?
Flower? I guess, I suppose a tulip.
My great-grandfather made a killing in tulip speculation back in the day.
What about trees?
Ah, now trees. There is a profitable flora. Acres of income. Why, I don't think you have any idea how much profitable timber you have behind that garden wall right there.
Whatever do you mean?
Nothing for you to bother your pretty little lady mind with. Just suffice to say that when we are wed, I will take all those trees and cut them down and sell them for a mountain of cash, and then I'll use the land, and on it I will build a state-of-the-art synthetics factory and make even more money, and then I'll pile all that money up and I'll roll around in it for a bit, and then when I've done that for a bit, I'll give you some money and you can employ some new servants and buy a new wardrobe. No future Lady Kiltree is going to wear the same outfit day after day.
But you can't!
Close your eyes.
Mother's favourites.
She wouldn't want you to be so sad. She's still with you, even on days such as this. Especially on days such as this. She's with all of us.
Thank you, Mr. Forrest. I know you're right. Mother wouldn't want any of this.
Lady Lily. Now I know you don't have a lady's maid because you're so terribly poor these days, but surely even you know that carrying wildflowers and wearing Wellington boots is not suitable for a lady at an engagement party, least of all her own.
You know, that is perfectly true. Except, I'm not going to any engagement party.
I'm not sure I like your tone. What do you mean?
Close your eyes.
What?
You heard me.
What? How dare you? My ring!
Keep your ring. And keep your greedy hands off of my trees.
Where is the ring?
Oh, Mother, I'm sure of it. I know that you would never want me to let a man like that destroy our beloved forest. I will find another way to save our Marchfield. Any other way. You always said how much you loved the forest. Or was it Mr. Forrest you were talking about? Now that I think about it, our eyes are very similar. Oh, Mother, your first love wasn't the forest. It was Mr. Forrest. Which means I...
Hi, Boobdini here. Are you bored in the house and in the house bored? Well, we have the answer for you. It's the brand new burlesque deck. It will help you play with yourself while you're home alone.
Solitaire has never been this sexy. Ooh, Miss Orchid May goes right on top of Simone Del Mar.
Bored playing with yourself? Play with others.
Zoom has never been this much fun.
2, 3, war! War! Ooh, I have a scene now just slightly by Simone Del Mar. Yay! Hanky-panky. Not only do you get these 52 amazing playing cards, but we've included this, a cheat sheet of who the 26 performers are. Buy yourself a deck today. Cure the boredom at burlesquedeck.com.
What did you guys think of that film? It was nice, right? A lot of fun. So, yeah, I really liked it a lot. Anyways, let's talk about our next guest, shall we? So our next guest is the one, the only, the amazing Anna Monoxide. If you mix the old film The Man Who Laughs with a little bit of Vampira, add in a dash of Salvador Dali, Anna Monoxide. You're not sure what that looks like? Here, let me give you the idea for that. Anna Monoxide, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage next for your amazement is the one, the only, Anna Monoxide! Oh yeah, here we go. My love must be a kind of blind love. I can't see anyone but you. Are the stars out
image out that you can see.
Sideshow Hootenanny in New Orleans! Yes!
And Monoxide, everybody. Wasn't that a lot of fun? Definitely check out all of her stuff. Definitely going online, following them on the social medias, and Just Masterpiece Theater NYC, all that sort of fun stuff. Yeah, you know what time it is, right? That's right. Let's talk a little sideshow history. So today I want to talk about Alice Esperidiona Zenda, also known as Alice Zenda, best known as Chiquita. Chiquita. One second, I gotta fix something. There we go. Chiquita is also referred to by such descriptive phrase names like the Cuban doll, the doll lady, Chick, and the tiny Cuban atom of humanity. God, Cuban atom of humanity. That's a turn of phrase. Lil is actually known before 1901 about this diminutive princess. She kind of rose up from the rank. She basically almost like she came fully formed to the U.S. scene. And that's all previous to 1901. We don't really know who she was, but we do know in 1901 when she was 31 years old, and apparently a native of Cuba, she was already an experienced entertainer at fairs and exhibitions. But her claim to fame was actually her size. With a height of 26 inches and weight only 18.5 pounds, she was described as a fully developed and little beauty that also spoke 7 languages. And she's fully proportional as well. She's not misshapen. I'm misshapen all the time, but like everything's proportional. So as I said, like what came her for known was like doing this exposition in where's it at? Like Buffalo Exposition, which is like a big, huge like fair. And during the fair, she was actually kind of part of this group by Frank Bostock, who owned a number of concessionaires, and he's pretty much credited with creating what we call the modern carnival, with with concession and shows and rides and whatnot. Now, her principal act was to hold these kind of daily salons or receptions, and she's sitting there in like a Chiquita-sized drawing room where guests had to pay at least 15 cents to ask her questions. We're in 1901. And then marvel at all these nice, beautiful gowns. She had jewelry, gems, bric-a-brac, these really nice, gorgeous settings. Because that was a very popular thing at the time, was for these little people, was to kind of surround them in opulence. And so, like, so she would sit there and ask questions. She also liked to show off her collection of like really, really rare old laces, like like lace things, because it's something she really liked showing off. Now, in 1900, all around this time, around 1900, President McKinley actually presented her with an actually Chiquita-sized carriage with also appropriate sized horses. So she had, miniature horses along with the miniature carriage that would ride, so she would go like that. But at the exposition that we talked about, she was actually presented with an electric car. Yeah, electric cars have existed for a long time. And so she used to, like, during when they would do, like, the midway parades and things like that, she would ride in the electric car. So it was all pretty dope. Now, despite being referred to as the Pan American mascot, which is where that exposition is, the Pan American Exposition, is really what it was called. Just where it was located was Buffalo. Even though she was called the mascot, She seemed to have had a great deal of autonomy concerning her life and what she did and how she wanted to do things. However, it got interesting because on November 1st of that year, she actually married a 17-year-old teenager from Erie, Pennsylvania, which caused a lot of hubbub and ado. Because apparently, story goes, that's how this works. The story goes. He was working for the Carnival Exposition originally as like a ticket taker and stuff like that, and apparently him and Chiquita fell in love, and then Bostock supposedly found out about this and separated them out. So like love's lost. They're like loved, spurned love, lovers being kept apart, yada yada yada, and how it goes, ranging anywhere from just like making him work in different parts of the carnival, then out and out firing him, and then denying him entry into the carnivals. Because he would sneak in and he would like crawl through a window to come see her, and then next time he would try to do so, and then the window would be boarded up, that sort of stuff. Well, eventually one night they couldn't find Chiquita, and so they called the cops, everything like that. They went to go try to figure it out. The reason why they couldn't find her is because she was at the courthouse getting married to this guy. And when they returned back to the fair, he's instantly arrested because they're going, you stole, your kidnapper. And they go, no, I'm not kidnapping, we got married, and of course they let him go. And then Chiquita, and so the point was that this was like Chiquita's way out, as it were. And then Bostock goes, well, you can go, but you lose all of this, which is the money, the jewels, the dresses, the lace. And so, so needless to say, she stayed in show business because she loved all this stuff. Now, Tony is the thing, ended up coming with her for a bit and then kind of fell off. And so she got remarried later on to another carnival worker, had a child, performed for a few more years. Do I have one more picture? I believe I do. Boom, boom, boom. There's one more next picture. And still doing stuff. I mean, it was reported the fact that she actually had, made like over $100,000 doing all this sort of stuff. And that's like turn of the century dollars. So that's pretty good. Now, once she had the kid, she kind of like wanted to slow down. So she eventually retired, and not much is known after that. It's apparent that, by 1910, she's gone. So pretty much she just went and retired. It's hard to say where she went. Some say that she went back to Cuba. Others say that, she just lived on a small farm until that was it. It's hard to know, but Chiquita, everybody. Pretty cool. Anyways, we'll be right back.
Is your bar looking a little ordinary? Is it lacking something awesome? Well, head out to your local liquor store and pick up something extraordinary. Grab a bottle of Old Humble Straight Whiskey or Old Humble Special Reserve. They're clean, smooth, easy drinking whiskeys that taste the way whiskey should taste. From humble beginnings to an extraordinary finish, Old Humble whiskeys are what your bar needs today. Walk tall, be awesome, and drink humble. Old Humble Straight Whiskey and Old Humble Special Reserve. Get yours today.
That's right. Get yours today. Good stuff. Anyways, as you guys know, when I first started doing this show over 2 years ago, I was showcasing a lot of really cool bands and people I know. And so I wanted to make sure they still get some love. So we're going to talk about one of those groups. One of those people I'm talking about, peoples, I should say, groups. I had the chance to meet them at the River Revival, which is a great festival that happens in Texas every year. 3 days of music, I literally just sitting on the river in an inner tube, music. Dope. Camping, all that. So a lot of fun. And one of my favorite bands I enjoyed seeing was this group called the Folk Family Revival. Now, Folk Family Revival are basically like kind of folky music, of course. Got a little bit of old school country, a little bit of rock and roll, a little bit of soul. And so it's just really, really cool and amazing sound. And so this is one of my favorite songs of theirs, so I figured I'd show it off to you guys. But this is Hecla Hill, Folk Family Revival, everybody. Folk Family Revival, everybody. Wasn't that so good? I really dig those guys a lot. Definitely pick up their record. Pick up all their stuff. It's really worthwhile. Yeah. So, I hate to tell you, everybody, but K-pop is dead. That's right. With BTS taking a quote-unquote hiatus, y'all need something new, right? Yeah, we do. So let's change it up. Let's do K-rock instead, with a band like, I don't know, Rolling Quartz. This 5-piece female rock outfit comes from South Korea and has been kind of trying slowly taking hold of their native land, and with their raw energy and amazing hooks, and which you can definitely hear on their debut EP, which is called Fighting. They're really good, and you can actually really even hear it really well with their opening single, which is called Holler. So, Rolling Quartz, everybody, Holler.
네 망상은 어떤 환영
Vaudevisuals Press is proud to announce the publication of Don't Miss This. Over 200 stunning photographs document the last decade of eccentric performing arts in America. This beautiful hardcover book features the finest theatrical clowns, sideshow performers, burlesque stars, and alternative variety acts from New York City and beyond. Photography by Jim R. Moore. Don't Miss This is a limited edition, so buy now before it disappears. Purchase at vvpress.com.
What'd you guys think? Really good, right? I really liked them a lot. So definitely check out all their stuff, Rolling Quartz. It's really, really dope. You can get all their stuff on your favorite download device, or download service. So yeah. Did you guys have a good time today? I had a good time. Exercised a little bit. Exercise, not exercise. Little steps where I was talking about some things, showing some fun stuff. But we want to do that, so let's give us a little bit of big thanks. And first off, big thanks to you for watching this show. Big thanks for you liking, subscribing to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. And also, who I want big thanks for, let's thank Kallias. You can follow them on Instagram at KalliasOfficial, and then go to www.kalliasofficial.com. Who else should we thank? Well, let's thank Monoxide. Follow them on Instagram at Monoxide, and also follow the Disaster Piece Theater, which is, you can follow on Instagram at Disaster Piece, all one word, _theater _NYC. Because they got shows coming up again, so follow it around so you can see what you can watch. It's gonna be dope. Last but not least, let's thank Rolling Quartz. You can follow them on Instagram at rolling_quartz, and then go to their YouTube channel, which is Rolling Quartz Official. And we should also do our retro thanks and thank the Folk Family Revival. You can follow them on Instagram at Folk Family Revival. And once again, thank you guys for watching the show. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, stuff like that. For those who are watching this in live time, today is 27th of June. July 1st will be officially 1 year of me living in New York. And on that day, I am fortunate enough to be a part of a big cast right here in Coney Island to do a show, which I can't wait. So if you catch this before July 1st, come out and join me. If it's after July 1st, that's fine. Just roll around to the next one. It's a lot of fun. Just follow me on all my socials. Yeah, I got my thing there, and plus I'll got my links and stuff like that in the description, along with links and description and stuff with all the people that are in the show. So anyways, y'all be safe, be cool, be groovy, and as always, keep drinking, everybody.